Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, boys and girls. How's everyone doing up in here today? I tell you, it goes down like that. But the good thing is, we'll go ahead and put in my 3R Pro earbuds and everything like that. It makes me be able to hear stuff better and things like that, I guess, you know?
We got all these new upgrades, and I don't know what they're for. I didn't know.
Hey everybody, hey dear, how you doing? Welcome home.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's been, we did enjoy Rosemary stopping through. Had fun, Rosemary.
And thank you, Rosemary, for coming out. Thank you for co-hosting. You were great at it, so thank you.
That was great, but I mean, having the queen back in town makes it feel better. The kingdom is all secure now. All conditions normal. Speaking of which, I'm tripping. I did not, because, was waiting for you to come home. I didn't see Empire last night. Did not see Empire.
No.
You saw it?
No.
So why would you do me like that then?
But you were here. I wasn't.
Huh?
You were in a place where you could watch it. I wasn't in a place where I could watch it.
Well, the good thing about the movement and the progression of New Focus Group, we still working. Ops and communications, we were all kind of creating on some stuff that's coming to y'all, man. So we're grateful for y'all doing that. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and do this thing. Let's go ahead and do this training we do.
All right, let's like it.
That's right. We're going to go ahead and like this thizzle.
And then let's share it.
And then we're going to share it on out here.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. You got to believe it. She said it. Sometimes y'all don't really hear what I be saying, but she said it, so it's got to be right.
So you had a lot of great guests while I was gone.
Man, we had a lot of fun, man. I just really have enjoyed being able to bring the small businesses, nonprofits, independent artists, and all other entrepreneurs onto this platform, man. Plus the community, because we had Kathy came by and hung out with us and stuff too, which was very inspiring. Because to know someone from your community, but then to see what they've gone through and be on the other side. Because I saw it in your magazine. The magazine, man, how we tripping? We don't have the 1 year anniversary magazine up here on the set right there. That's why I guess we'll have it on the set for our next one.
I haven't even really seen it yet. I haven't. I saw the digital, but I haven't seen the actual printed copy.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Your love didn't try to make sure that as you was getting prepared for here today.
I didn't have a chance
to really.
And here it is.
Everybody should be able to get a chance to get it, man.
Yes.
Check it out, man. Sign up for one on Focus Fashion Facebook page, man. A lot of great stuff up in there. The city is looking great. The city is looking good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
That queen.
And who took that picture?
Yours truly.
She's killing the game right now. She's killing the game. So it feels good to be able to see, because not only, like I said, we're seeing fashion in a different light. You're seeing small businesses. These are a lot of small businesses here, retail, who's getting some real good exposure, man. So thank you for doing that. 1 year, but how does that feel?
Yeah, that feels awesome. I can't believe it. It's gone by really quickly.
Seeing the thing to make it happen. Big fashion shows. Got another one coming up.
Yeah.
People are going to be hearing about that, man. Stay tuned for something that's going to be crazy. But we do have another great guest coming to talk to us today, man.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have Dominique with us today.
Yeah, man.
And she's going to be talking about the ins and outs and what's going on in the foster care system. And we're trying to get people to be a foster parent.
I take it, it's a very important program. You never know how important it is, because I think a lot of the things that we go through, some of the PTSD from the communities, especially a lot of the people who, a lot of us in Northwest Rona, come on, let's just keep it real. That PTSD that we never really actually kind of deal with comes from sometimes people not being there. And so I know my family personally has a beautiful story of how valuable it is to get involved with the foster care system, and later on to adoption. And it's just awesome to see that there's still people who are here on the line, and young people who are involved with this type of thing to get this out here, because it's a very important thing. I think once we start preparing and building these families together and be able to build companies and brands from that, Man, watch out, man.
Watch out.
Watch out, man. But we're going to go ahead and get ready because, like we said, we really want y'all to come here. We thank y'all for coming and checking out this show because we do this for everyone to be able to know about what's going on here in Roanoke. But another way is, man, check out these commercials so you can learn about the businesses that partner with us. We're grateful for what they do. So we don't try to hide it and say that, you know, hey, we want to put on this show and we're going to sneak some commercials in front of you for it. No, we're saying the reason why we're here is so you can learn more about these businesses. So, you know, join us for the conversation, but stay for the commercials. However, I said it one time before, we're going to do a couple of them and we'll be right back, all right?
Stay focused.
I'm Go Green is excited to offer free home energy assessment services to residents of the Lynchburg, Roanoke, and Martinsville areas. This is a limited time opportunity and will expire before the end of the year. Call today and Go Green will come to your home, determine your energy saving needs, and install LED lights, shower heads, and aerators as required at absolutely no cost to you. Call Go Green today for your free home energy assessment and get on track to energy savings. Go Green, 434-222-4059.
The Bradley Free Clinic provides free, compassionate, and high-quality medical, dental, pharmaceutical, and preventative health care services for Roanoke Valley residents who lack the resources necessary to maintain their health and productivity using volunteer healthcare professionals. Check them out on their website at bradleyfreeclinic.com.
I matter because every day when I wake up, I got an opportunity to affect somebody's life in a positive way. Not drag people down like crabs in a bucket, but help somebody uplift themselves. And I matter because I'm here to make a change. That's why I rap for change.
The Sweet Spot Yoni Steams. What is Yoni Steaming, you ask? Wonderful question. Yoni Steaming provides detoxification and natural healing for women's reproductive organs. They can be used to heal endometriosis, cysts, fibroids, yeast infections, irregular and painful menstrual cycles, and much more. Yoni Steams can also be helpful for vaginal rejuvenation, and many women use them as a form of meditation. Get your Yoni Steamed at The Sweet Spot now on Facebook.
My revenge may be bold and outspoken. My passion, bare and understated. Evidence of confusion on my lips. Regardless, it's me.
We're back.
Oh man, it is going down, man, on this TBOY Thursday, man. We are excited to be here in the Gainesboro area, man, doing this thing each day, coming live to you and letting you know about what's happening in Roanoke. Everybody, one thing I used to hate people saying, and I used to say it myself, hence why I moved away a couple times, that there was nothing going on in Roanoke, but it is. It's a lot of stuff happening.
A lot.
And it's a lot of great stuff. I think the beauty of it is, in the midst of the activity, there's still a family there's a family unit type thing that makes it, really work. So we got another guest here with us today.
We definitely do. Let's introduce Dominique Sparrow. Hi. Dominique is with the city's foster care department.
Yes.
So,
Roanoke
City Foster Care. So we want to talk a little bit about that.
Okay, one of the things, I've been doing it for almost a year now. It'll be a year in December. And it's been a very eye-opening experience for me. But I like to be very transparent when I do interviews and talk with people. So those hard questions or those questions that you think to yourself, oh, I don't want to ask because I may potentially cross the line, feel free to ask those. I try to cover them a lot in orientations and other interviews that I do because I think the best way to draw people is to be honest and transparent about what's going on in our city.
Absolutely, absolutely. So how many kids are in the foster care system right now, right here in our city?
We have over 228 kids in our care right now.
Wow.
That is just Roanoke City. That does not include Roanoke County, Salem, Botetourt. It's literally within just here in the city.
Oh my goodness.
228.
Wow. That's a huge amount.
It is, and it's rapidly growing, and there are a lot of different factors that are contributing to it. We know sweeping the nation is the opioid and opiate crisis.
Okay.
So that's contributing to the rise in children that are coming into care. But it's not that the children are coming in substance exposed. We're going out on physical neglect and abuse. And the substance becomes secondary. We find out, through whatever service plan we put in place, there's drugs. It's drug related with either one or both parents.
Oh my goodness.
So physical abuse and neglect are the top two reasons why we're removing children.
Okay.
From 2016 to 2017, which is our fiscal year, we investigated 320 some reports for physical abuse and neglect. 280 some of those were founded, which means we went out, investigated, and it was legitimate.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like 80%.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. A very, very high number.
Very high.
So yeah, there's a need.
Wow. I have to tell this story. A lot of people, Roanoke is a community. I'm from Roanoke. A lot of people, and I think she doesn't mind. She's told people this. Everyone knows now that we're growing. My sister. After my father passed away, came foster care, and she's my sister. She's my sister, and so and in a sense, it almost feel like she is my blood. That's my sister. And I would never have known that experience had not my mom had done an act like that, kind of did it. But now to see the impact, it really encourages me that someone like yourself is involved in this type of work. What was it that kind of led you to get into this type of work?
So I'm gonna be honest. I love outreach. So I love to get out in the community in any facet, really. And I was telling Erica, I was working for the Salem Court Service Unit before I came to DSS. And when I seen the posting, only thing I seen was outreach. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity to go out in the community and link with people and whatever. And I knew it was Department of Social Services, but I don't know what I thought it was until I actually got in. And they were like, oh, you're recruiting foster parents. And I was like, what do foster parents even do? Like, I was ignorant myself. So once I got into Department of Social Services, start doing like the trainings and things like that, that's where my passion ultimately started to grow. Because I started to see the need that was there and the lack of involvement by the community. But as I started going out, and that's how I met Tommy, was at the Gainsboro neighborhood meeting, and people just didn't know. People just had no idea that we had so many kids in care. They didn't know we needed families. They didn't know, there was just a lot of things that they didn't know. So, that passion became advocacy, and it became educating the community. So at least you know what the need is. And so that's kind of how I fell into it. But now that I'm in it, it's like I can't imagine doing anything else other than advocating for something else. But, it's heartbreaking, but I feel motivated and encouraged at the same time, and I enjoy your story because people, it's a selfless act. You bring a complete stranger into your home, and honestly, not only are you bringing the child into your home, but figuratively speaking, you're bringing in the bio family too. Because one thing that we really emphasize a lot with Roanoke City is, and probably all DSS, but Roanoke City specifically, we encourage family engagement because despite popular belief, we don't want to keep kids in our care. It would be nice if we didn't have to bring kids in our care. So we encourage for our foster parents to engage with the family. If you know that bio mom is struggling with drug addiction, don't get that mindset of, oh, you don't deserve to have your kids back. How could you choose drugs over your kids? Because it's not that simple. And it's not, you know, there's a whole psychology behind that, which I'm not a doctor, so I won't go into. But we encourage our families to communicate. So when you bring the child for visitations, talk to the biological mom or dad. Encourage them. Do you need anything? What can I do to better take care of your child? Because when it comes down to it, despite the decisions that they may have made, a parent knows their child best. There's just that instinctual, you know, part of them that knows what soothes them and what, you know, how to make them feel better. So we really encourage family engagement because we want to return the child home. We put services in place for bio families. We do.
I was just getting ready to ask, do you help the parent?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we put a whole service plan into place for them with realistic goals that, you know, they can meet before the next court date, and then, you know, the judge makes the ultimate decision as far as like if it gets extended. But, you know, we put services into place for them. We try to help them. We try to do whatever we can because children thrive better when they're in their community. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And one of the problems, not really problems, challenges more so that I'm finding as far as recruitment is it's hard to get people to foster older children.
I was just getting ready to ask age groups. You
When I say older though, you automatically go to teens, right?
Okay.
I'm talking about 9-year-olds.
Wow.
I'm talking about 10-year-olds. I'm talking about.
Well, I guess I think, and not to cut you off, I think where I'm seeing, just as us talking and now looking at the story I did say, is that I think there has to be a delineation between the actual goal. Now that I'm hearing that you all saying you want to get those back to the family, I guess there's a different type of people who come. Some who may want to straight out from the beginning. If I'm getting involved with foster, I kind of want to do foster, but I really want to adopt. So I think those challenges, and is there a difference, and or, you know, how do we, you know, how does that go?
There's a huge difference, and it's I try to say it in the nicest way possible, but we have a lot of people that become interested for personal reasons, whether it's the inability to produce, whether it's whatever their situation is. We come across a lot of them, and like you said, that's their goal is adoption. They don't come in thinking about foster. It's like, yeah, I want to adopt, and what they want to adopt is an infant or a small toddler. So we get a lot of people that's like, oh, 0 to 5, 0 to 3, and there's no shame. I mean, you got to know what's best for you, what fits your situation. It's totally understandable. But fostering is the mindset of, I am taking care of you while your parents take care of themselves. In the event that the parents are not able to, or they're not able to, you know, meet the goals that we set in place for them, then now adoption becomes a conversation. In the city of Roanoke, we try really hard not to allow fostering to go past 12 months.
Okay.
At the 12-month point, permanency significantly drops, which means the likelihood of being adopted, the likelihood of going back to your family, your community, those numbers are starting to decrease because foster parents are getting frustrated. Rightfully so, because we're going through the court process, and, you know, it looks like rights are going to get terminated, but they don't get terminated, or they're extended, or so that frustration starts to build. And then in the child, frustration starts to build because, you know, they think I'm getting ready to go home, or Christmas is right around the corner, I'll be home, or, you know, so these children, that's despite how small they are, start to get these ideas in their mind. And now it looks like it's not happening. So then regressive behavior may come into play, where they start acting out, they start, you know, expressing their emotions the best way that they know how to. So that permanency is slowly going down. So we try not to allow it to go past 12 months. So maybe around the 12 to 18 month period, we are going to start talking about terminating parental rights. If the services we put in place are not working because we want to give this child stability.
And they need the best home possible.
They do. We try our best to reach out to family. So within the first 30 days of a child coming into care, any family member we can think of, we're reaching out to and seeing, hey, we may potentially have your nephew in care. Are you interested in becoming a foster care?
I think that's important. I was going to also ask about spiritual and church institutes too. We could go on with this. I hope you will come back because I really want to do this more because I think it's a very important service. I think it's valuable, especially for our community. I look at it more with to put because I definitely want to go back into this. I think we could provide some solutions to assist in this too. I think there's an education that's needed here. I think you have to have those who are willing to be kind of that person to invite people in with the understanding, hey, I'm just being someone to be like an uncle, a big brother, big sister, being something like that to kind of get them back and keep them normal while we working on the situation. And then there's an avenue of those who, hey, if you want to do adoption, but you don't really necessarily want to just all the way commit before you have now had a chance to foster a child, we can do that as well. So I think we're going to definitely have you back and talk about that more. But any last final things you want to say?
I have a last final question.
Okay, dear.
Would you like to let everybody know what the qualifications are to be a foster parent?
Sure. The qualifications are actually not too specific. You have to be older than 18, of course. As far as finances go, you just have to be able to support yourself and your family. Kids are still in our custody, so we provide a reimbursement for that. We have a barrier crime list through the state of Virginia that's required, and it's a long list, so I'm not even gonna go through them, but if you ever wanna know, I can definitely send them to you. And as long as you haven't committed one of those barrier crimes within a certain period of time, the state will approve you. Because it's not Roanoke City that approves, it's the state of Virginia that approves our foster parents. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Give
them your phone number.
Yes, my phone number is 540-853-2403. Dominique Sparrow, I am the marketer, recruiter, and outreach specialist.
Awesome. Thank you for coming back. Like I said, I hope you will come back because I think it's so important. We appreciate y'all listening and tuning in. We're going to be right back. All right.
Have you ever asked yourself, how do I show up in the world? How do I leave my mark? How do I get up every day and be the best I can be? It all starts with a mindset. The mindset to keep pushing through all adversity, to wear the titles of confident, self-reliant, and eternally beautiful. It all starts from within. Think, feel, be conceited.
I can be every woman. It's all in me. Yeah, I can be every woman with Brie and B, fashions and accessories.
We're back.
That's what they say. And yeah, I mean.
And look who's with us.
Look who came. Look who, but I won't even joke with it, man, because I had to, what you all both we've definitely been praying for family. That's why it's kind of interesting to talk about families today. We definitely, man, been praying with you, man, the family through you all's time and things like that. It was definitely his memorial service here definitely made me realize that, I remember him, and one thing you could definitely tell he was loved, but more importantly, he was definitely respected. So, big shout out to your family for standing together through that, man. Yeah, man.
How are you?
Look at him, he's sharp as a tack.
What's in Alabama?
You miss Alabama.
Really?
Yeah.
Aww.
I got a little dog down there, so.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
He a fat weenie dog.
Too much.
So,
Aww.
I'm holding on. Some days better than others, but.
Is your mic on? Is your mic on, sir?
Is it on?
I don't know. It don't sound like it is.
It don't?
It don't. As far as the playback. No. Cool. Of course, man, we are excited that you are, like I said, really still was doing stuff, man. Really done got in on the radio station. I will say, I normally, I do my best to give him as much rhetoric as I possibly can.
He was,
but I can't
he
even.
had it going.
Yeah,
I listened to it in Jersey.
Yeah, DJ Old Boy or somebody. I mean, what is that something that's been waiting to come out? Is that something you've been hiding in the closet? What is that?
I just listen to music.
Oh, okay.
I can put it together. I understand what people might want to hear, but a lot of times I'm playing what I want to hear.
So you tell the secret sauce. What's coming though, man? What's coming up for the radio station though, man? What's happening? I mean, what's the lineup? What's going on?
Yeah, what are we doing?
I ain't telling nobody yet.
You're not telling?
Because he want me to. So, first day back, I figure I just gonna be rebellious off top. But we got some things coming. I'm just not letting him know yet. I'll let you know, boss lady.
Thank you.
Okay, it just.
So are you back now? You back? You gonna stay with us? Are you going?
Ooh, she asked that one on live.
I had to. Because Alabama's like his home now. So
I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. Aww. If my sister need me, I'm gonna go.
Of course.
If she need me, I'm gonna go. So I can't say yeah, and then next week she get in here and she like, I need you to come, and so
The good
touch and go right now.
The good thing about it, he's still able to do his thing, man. He's able to and open up. Like I say, he's been really killing out there with the music and the family. Who knows? I told we got Atlanta folks be checking in, so he's close enough down there, man. We can put some stuff together. I didn't realize that the Super Bowl's in Atlanta this year.
Yes, it is.
But we working on something for. I ain't even gonna get a secret yet. We do got to get ready to get up out of here, man. So like the old days, man. What's the final sayings and stuff you want to say to the people when we get up out of here? That makes sense to him still. At this stage, it still makes sense to him. That's what I'm saying. Y'all see what I did with?
Let me do it. Shout out to Roanoke. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Jersey. And if your birthday is today, happy birthday to you.
Oh man, I'm so glad that you're back. Glad you're back too, brother, man. I'm glad for our team. Our team is amazing, man. I love our work culture. I love what we do. For those who keep saying what can be done, I'm just here to say that, man, our team, we've been doing this thing for 5 years now and want to keep it pushing. It's because of you that gets in here and help us out each morning by checking us out and telling somebody else about it. So please continue to share. We can do this thing together, man, together. If not, it's over now. No, you had to everybody say plenty. But now you want to talk now. Say I didn't say plenty.
I just wanted to shout out the producer, Mr. Carter.
Carter be getting his thing there. That's what I said, family. They've been doing their thing, man. Big shouts out to my daughter and my grandbaby up in here, man. She was quiet, even though her mama held her the whole time. But that's a whole other bag of beans. We got to get up out of here, man. But you can listen to Focus Radio 24/7 by downloading from your Google Play or your iOS App Store to your phone. Once it's there, all you got to do is push play. Or you can listen online. Where at?
Focus-radio.com.
You ain't gotta say it. She always does. I had to go through that mess with her. That's the beauty of it. Man, I always love to leave you by saying that thing inside you. It's not a dream. It's your purpose. Set your sights for your targets. Hit them because the only one who can stop you is you. When you truly start to believe that thing and walk in your acting faith, God will allow it to manifest. And I promise you, it's not something I heard. It's something we're living every day and so grateful for it. Being a broadcast live from the great city of Roanoke, Virginia, man, out to the world. It's the Daily Grind Show right here on Focus Radio. Peace, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right?
God bless.